Chapter 12:01 Where is the city head? The servants in the palace immediately realized when Lu Shu and the rest were about to leave. Someone who tried to curry favor said, "Master, are you going?" Lu Shu glanced at them. "Should you be asking this kind of question?" "No," the family servant quickly knelt down. "Is there anything you need me to do?" Lu Shu thought about it. Suddenly, he said, "Remember, do not let anyone in the prison free. Do you hear me?" The family servants were confused. "Did you have a grudge against them? Was this the only thing you needed us to do when you were gone? What had they done in their past life to meet you in this life?" But Lu Shu thought about it and said, "But don't abuse them. Prepare enough meals for them. If I find out that one of them died, I will kill whoever becomes the city head." The family servant quickly agreed. In this terrible place, masters could kill whoever they wanted, unless their target was another master. This area was not as large as the universe. If someone provoked someone else and hid, even if a master wanted to find them, they might spend decades doing so. But it was different here. This place was not large. There were not many places to run. But this made the family servant confused. What was he planning? He did not know that to Lu Shu, he would definitely not want the secret practitioners to be released. On one hand, he wanted to earn distress points. On the other hand, he did not want them to create more trouble. But they were also from Earth. Lu Shu would not play with their lives. If he was able to protect them, he would do so. Lu Shu led Coral and Shenzhuan, and prepared to leave. The first thing they had to do was to find Lu Xiaoyu and meet up with her. Their goal was near Tonghuan City. To Lu Shu, it would not be surprising if Lu Xiaoyu became the clan master of Tonghuan City. Read more chapter on VIPnovel.com. But before they could set off, they received new information. Lu Xiaoyu had disappeared after killing the clan master of Tonghuan City. Lu Shu could not understand. Is no one chasing her? The family servant carefully said, "Does anyone dare to chase her?" One of the most powerful people in this world, the clan master of Tonghuan City, had been killed. Everyone now knew how ferocious this young girl was. But Lu Shu was much more relieved. This way, it would not be easy for the mysterious young man called Miao Miao to find Lu Xiaoyu. From the way he used the scroll to find people, there was no actual ruler in this world. If there was, it was definitely the old king of gods. The rest of the people here were simply tenants. Even powerful tenants were simply tenants. Then what do we do now? Chen Zuan asked curiously. "We will go to Tonghuan City," said Lu Shu naturally. "But we will also go to Zhangyang City on the way." "What are we going to do there?" Chen Zuan could not understand. But he suddenly felt sorrow for the people in those cities. It was the same both inside and outside the Forbidden Land. They could not fly. But with Coral around, Lu Shu did not worry about lightning. He was very happy. He could fly, while others could not. It felt like his home ground. In just half a day, Lu Shu, Coral, and Shenzhuan arrived at Zhangyang City. The entrance of Zhangyang City was tightly shut, as if they were preparing for battle. Lu Shu sighed. Our actions were too large. They were shocked. At that moment, the city heads and clan masters in this world felt insecure. It had been a long time since new people came. Thus, they relaxed their attitude towards newcomers. When Lu Xiaoyu killed the city head, people did not make a big deal out of it. After all, although it was rare for a city head to be killed, it had happened before. It was simply rare that a newcomer killed a city head. But when they realized that Lu Xiaoyu could even kill a clan master, they started to panic. The clan masters were afraid. In this small world, everyone knew how powerful the clan master of the Tonghuan clan was. They were not much different from one another in terms of strength. This meant that if Lu Xiaoyu could kill the clan master of the Tonghuan clan, she could kill them as well. Thus, Lu Xiaoyu caused all the cities and clans in the remains to lock themselves up. Lu Shu knew that no one wanted to find Lu Xiaoyu. Lu Xiaoyu was now absorbing the natural laws of a third master to advance bishop. Lu Xiaoyu would bring 3 masters with her the next time she appeared. Lu Shu was uncomfortable. There were far too many people giving him distress points. The records refreshed very quickly. It was impossible to find the name of the Tonghuan clan master. But Lu Shu was sure that the clan master had definitely been killed by Lu Xiaoyu. Lu Shu did not panic at all. The masters in the remains should be the ones panicking. Lu Shu knocked on the gate. "Is anyone there?" Someone poked their head out of the tower and shouted, "Stop knocking." "What are you doing, damn?" When the person in the tower saw the clothes that Lu Shu and the rest were wearing, he ran indoors and shouted to everyone in the city, "We're done for, we're done for. Newcomers have come again. They have come themselves." The people in the city hesitated. They were depressed. The last time a newcomer arrived, they had to hide. Was a major change going to occur? This place was like a true prison. When new offenders came, they had to bear the opening gambits from the older members. They had to suffer corporal punishment. No matter how important they were outside, they had to follow the local customs. The clans were like the leaders in the prisons. They were also criminals, but they had a lot of authority and power. The rest of the criminals obeyed them. The city heads were like hired thugs who helped them manage small deeds and maintain order. No newcomer would be able to make waves in the face of this group's strength. When they came in, they had to conform. Of course, there were exceptions. For example, when newcomers arrived, they would be asked who they knew and what they did before coming. If they were born to a wealthy family in the palace, everyone would reconsider. After all, what if they were released by the old king of gods one day? They did not want to be killed by a wealthy family. But Lu Xiaoyu was amazing. She had killed the leader and the hired thug. The city head of Zhangyang City heard the commotion and walked out of his palace. "What's happening?" His slave said, "City head, please run. If you do not run now, you will not make it. Someone is at the gate." The city head was depressed. This was his first time feeling so useless in this world. Suddenly, there was a crash. The gate of Zhangyang City had been smashed into countless pieces. Lu Shu walked in. "Where is the city head?" Chapter 1202, Killer Witchcraft. The new people appeared suddenly in front of everyone without warning. Lu Shu and the other 2 people were wearing jackets. Lu Shu led the group and the 3 figures could be seen as the haze gradually faded away. Nobody in the Zhangyang city dared to breathe heavily. At this moment, the leader of the city no longer dared to run as he knew that he could not escape. Lu Shu smiled. "Don't worry, I don't wish to kill anyone. The leader of the city should stand out bravely. I only want to tell you something. I am the leader." The leader of the city walked out bravely. Master Zhangyang was unable to save him since the master was afraid. Moreover, hiding was not a choice as there were many people around him and someone would definitely betray him. Therefore, instead of hiding, he would rather walk out by himself. One should definitely not have fear when facing a powerful opponent. One should walk over slowly and stare into the opponent's eyes and flex their muscles. This way, one could die with more dignity. "Sir, is there anything we can do for you?" the leader of the city said while trying to suppress his fear. At this moment, something suddenly struck him. "Which family do you belong to in the universe, sir?" "We belong to the Sun family." Lu Shu frowned. Sun family? He knew people from the Sun family. Wasn't it Sun Zhongyang who led a team to the Nanging city to fight with him? His father was Sun Xuanwen, the person who was most likely to rise to the master realm amongst the aristocrats in the palace. It had been several thousand years since the establishment of the palace. It was nothing wrong to bump into someone related. Moreover, the master of the Sun family had lived for more than 1,000 years. At this moment, the treasure of heaven and earth, which was used to uphold the limit of a rank 1 expert's lifespan, could fail at any moment. Therefore, Sun Xuanwen had the hope of taking over the role of the master of the Sun family any moment. As an elderly, perhaps people in the remains would really know the old master? Lu Shu asked curiously, "Do you know the old boy called Sun Chongqing?" He was totally disrespectful towards the aristocrats of the palace. On the limestone road, apart from the boss of the Song gambling den who gave him a few thousand sets of magical weapons and armor, everyone else did not offer help. Lu Shu thought that there was nothing wrong. It was a gesture of goodwill to offer help, and it was human nature not to help. Therefore, it was normal for one not to help him. He would not show respect and therefore spoke disrespectfully. The leader of the city was stunned. "Sun Chongqing is my uncle, he is the master of the Sun family." Read more chapter on VIPnovel.com. "What about Sun Xuanwen?" asked Lu Shu. "He is my cousin." The owner of the city's eyes lit up. "His son is Sun Zhongyang." "Sir, do you know them?" "Actually, I am not powerful and only managed to become the leader because of the Sun family's reputation. Please have mercy on me." "Oh." Lu Shu nodded but was sneering internally. Of course, he was sneering because of the dead body in his seal of lands, Lu Kongming. The entire remains was full of people from the Luniverse. When he asked Lu Kongming what was the name of the West Lord of Heaven, Lu Kongming said he did not know. Moreover, everyone was afraid of the Forbidden Land and even the masters did not dare to go near. So, how did Lu Kongming enter the Forbidden Land? Why did he enter? It was time to ask Lu Kongming about that. At this moment, the city owner started to grumble. If a master was addressed as old boy, then as his nephew, his status was even worse. However, he could not figure out where the young man appeared from. Did the young man appear after he was sent to this world? Lu Shu asked curiously, "Why did you get locked up in this world?" "What's your name?" "My name is Sun Xiuwu. I got thrown into this world by God Lu after killing people in the palace," said Sun Xiuwu softly. "What other crimes did the other people do to get thrown into this world?" asked Lu Shu. "Sir, there are too many crimes. However, the common thing is that everyone killed someone before," explained Sun Xiuwu softly. "Everyone killed someone before?" Lu Shu roughly understood the limits of the old king of gods. That matched Lu Shu's speculation. A group of candidates who had killed before were like the fiercest, poisonous insects. The witchcraft they could produce was also the most fatal. This world was not a prison cell. Why would the old king of gods need to personally capture people? He was clearly doing witchcraft with these people. Suddenly, the city leader asked brazenly, "Sir, who did you kill to enter this place?" "Oh, if you are talking about killing people," smiled Lu Shu, showing his neat white teeth. "I killed the 12 patrons of Duanmu Huangqi." The city suddenly fell silent. Nobody dared to talk. Duanmu Huangqi? 12 patrons? No wonder he was so fierce. Why did God Lu throw such a wicked person into this place? Nobody suspected the validity of his claim as their clan master's death backed it up. They knew that the batch of Anu people were ferocious. The city leader suddenly understood why Lu Shu had the guts to call the master of the Sun family an old boy. "And 20,000 soldiers of the Black Feather Army," smiled Lu Shu. Everyone was dumbfounded. The patrons showed the quality and the 20,000 soldiers showed the quantity. From both angles, the newcomer young man was the most ruthless of the demon kings. Who dared to mess around with him? However, everyone suddenly thought of another question. If this young man was so ruthless, who was the girl who killed the clan master of the Tonghuan clan? Brother Shu, don't scare them, laughed Shunswan. He felt superior standing behind Lu Shu and enjoyed the shocking gazes of the public. However, in his opinion, Lu Shu was not ruthless as the Black Feather Army had planned a massacre on Earth. There was no justice or evil in a war. There was only success and failure. The city leader asked fearfully, "Sir, then why did you come to Zhangyang City?" "Oh, I almost forgot about it." Lu Shu touched his head. "I am here to tell all of you to not release the newcomers and keep them locked up." The city leader was stunned. Just this matter? Chen Zuan was shocked. He did not expect Lu Shu to come all the way to the Zhangyang city just to tell them to look after the foreigner practitioners. He did not know that Lu Shu had this plan long ago. If Lu Shu did not speak, no matter how long those practitioners were locked up for, their distress points would not go to him. Yet now, when Lu Shu spoke, he wanted the foreigner practitioners to be locked up. Lu Shu would definitely not give up the immense amount of distress points like this. When they were rushing over that day, Lu Shu had already lit up the first star in the 6th level of the nebula. Chapter 1203, Capture All at One Go. Chen Zuan thought Lu Shu came for something important. However, he came because he wanted to sabotage the foreign practitioners. If the practitioners found out, they would be extremely mad. Although it was all right for them to be extremely mad, Chen Zuan thought that they must have committed too many sins in their past life to meet Lu Shu. The city leader was stunned. "Are you serious? You are locking them up here?" "That's right, none of them can die or be released," said Lu Shu. "It's as simple as that." The group of people, including Chen Zuan who understood Lu Shu well, were stunned and did not understand his reason for doing so. He was such a big shot, but he came down all the way just for that? What did he want? Unfortunately, even Chen Zuan was unaware about the distress points. How would they know that Lu Shu was plotting something big? Lu Shu suddenly realized that it was a great place to get distress points. All right. Lu Shu looked at the fearful faces in the Zhangyang city. "I won't kill you guys since we do not have any enmity. As long as you guys follow my instructions, you guys will be all right." After saying that, Lu Shu left with Coral and Chen Zuan. Chen Zuan asked, "Brother Shu, if your speculation is correct, everyone here are murderers. Won't we be doing a good deed if we teach them a lesson?" Coral said calmly, "Evil people will only become more evil in this environment. There's no use for us to do that." Lu Shu glanced at Coral. He did not expect Coral to look at this problem so calmly. He thought girls would be more caring. However, Coral was not that kind of girl, or rather, she was the leader of the deities but looked like an ordinary girl in Lu Shu's opinion. Read more chapter on VIPnovel.com. At this moment, Sun Shouwu quickly took out his messenger mirror to contact the clan master of the Zhangyang clan. He had to report the situation to him. The face could be seen in the mirror. When the clan master saw Sun Shouwu, he heaved a sigh of relief and asked, "What's the matter?" Sun Shouwu told him about the incident and asked, "What should we do?" "You said that he killed the 12 patrons of Duanmu Huangqi? And 20,000 soldiers of the Black Feather Army?" The clan master of the Zhangyang clan was stunned. Where did such a *king merciless person come from? Before he was caught by the old king of gods, he had interacted with the 12 patrons and understood that in order to kill them, their opponent had to kill all of them. It was unlikely to kill everyone at one shot. Moreover, the key issue was not about killing them. Rather, it was about why Duanmu Huangqi did not stop Lu Shu when he killed them. This was too unusual, but he did not dare to not believe it. "Follow his instructions and keep an eye on those people," instructed the clan master. "Do you think he is plotting something?" asked the city leader carefully. "Plot?" The clan master frowned.
"Yeah.
Is there someone important within this group of people? Or are they the family members of someone important? Asked the city leader. If we lock them up, will we offend someone? You make a good point, said the clan master after thinking. Secretly let them know about this. At least, let them know who wanted to lock them up. All right, replied the city leader. At this moment, Lu Shu had arrived in the Tonghuan city with Coral and Chen Zuan. The new city leader was terrified. After the ex-city leader died, he was appointed the new city leader before the murderer was caught. How dangerous was that? Therefore, he had made up his mind. If any enemy came, he would listen obediently. As he was thinking about that, someone reported to him that the gates of the Tonghuan city had been demolished. The city leader was terrified and wanted to take a look at the situation. However, after Lu Shu found him, he scared him and left after giving him instructions about the foreign practitioners. The current city leader of Tonghuan City was stunned. What on earth was happening? However, he had to follow Lu Shu's instructions no matter what. At this moment, a mysterious young man visited them out of the blue with a simple question. First, he took out a painting and asked if the rest saw the weapon on the painting before. Then, he asked about Lu Shu's features and lastly, where Lu Shu headed to. The city leader was stunned. So many unusual things happened today. Were there so many enemies? Could the old king of gods have purposely done this as he felt that the people were too bored and up to no good? If Lu Shu was there, he would have found out that the people in Tonghuan City did not know who the mysterious young man named Miao Miao was too. Miao Miao looked at the city leader. Can you describe his appearance? The city leader described for a long while. Then, he saw how Miao Miao took some sand from nowhere and used it to form a face in the air. Is it him? His nose bridge is slightly higher and his eyebrows slightly thicker. The sand moved again and the city leader suddenly shouted in excitement, yes, it's him. Miao Miao sighed, I got tricked? How could I have not figured out his realm? You are, asked the city leader. Miao Miao said, tell the Tonghuan clan that people of Bulow City are here. They should stay put in their clan and not come out. They can't afford to mess with the person who is here. Oh right, you don't know where Bulow City is, just relay my words. After that, Miao Miao left. At this moment, the prison guards in the jail of Zhangyang City had already intentionally leaked Lu Shu's information out. He described why Lu Shu was extraordinary and his appearance before sighing to the foreign practitioners. I wish I could release you, but I don't dare to. The foreign practitioners were speechless. Was the ninth heavenly king so free? Before they entered, they thought that the ninth heavenly king would sabotage people. However, all of them thought that they would be lucky enough to not encounter the ninth heavenly king. Yet now, they had been captured by the ninth heavenly king together. At this moment, the prison guard comforted them, don't worry, he had informed the other cities too. If you guys are unable to leave, others will not be able to leave too. The practitioner looked at each other. He had really captured all of them at one go. At this moment, Lu Shu, who was flying in the sky, was laughing extremely happily. What an opportunity for the stable distress points that he would obtain. Hold on, Lu Shu suddenly thought of something. If he lit up the 6th level of Nebula, did that mean that he could surpass the Master Realm? What was it like to surpass the Master Realm? Chapter 1204, Good Person Lu Shu. Brother Shu, did you plan on capturing all these overseas secret practitioners from the very beginning? Chen Zuan could not understand. In the past, it was a joke that the ninth heavenly king was a mass weapon of destruction. After all, Lu Shu had cheated and killed several thousand people. It was a small number, compared to hundreds of thousands of people. Thus, a majority of people did not feel any pain. When others said that the ninth heavenly king cheated others, they followed suit. Over time, it became meaningful. Now, the misfortune that they had been gloating over happened to them. They now knew how painful it was. While flying in the sky, Lu Shu said, that's right. This is my plan. Chen Zuan carefully said, Brother Shu, have you ever thought about the fact that your plans have never succeeded? Touch wood, said Lu Shu with a dark expression on his face. This would help him advance. If he did not have this source of income to earn distress points, what would he do? But it was too late. Suddenly, Lu Shu realized that the flow of distress points was slowing down, to the point that he could see everything. Eventually, it slowed down to the point that he could not even bear to look at. When Chen Zuan looked at Lu Shu's expression, he realized that something was wrong, but he did not know exactly what was wrong. At that moment, someone in the prison suddenly said, "I don't think that the 9th Heavenly King is cheating us." A Caucasian laughed coldly. If he is not cheating us, then what is he doing? Although the 9th Heavenly King is terrifying, have you ever seen him kill the innocent? No matter whether it was the Phoenix Society or the Department of Faith Theory, they were the ones looking for trouble. The Caucasian did not speak. He was from the Phoenix Society. He knew very well what had happened at the Tiger's Back Fortress. Back then, he was one of the survivors. The rest had not thought of anything to oppose this. They just felt that this point of view was strange. The 9th Heavenly King was a good person? The person who spoke first continued. According to what I know, the 9th Heavenly King does not kill the innocent. From his past deeds, we can see that he has moral values. Of course, I am not helping him erase his other evil deeds. I am just saying that something is fishy about this. Visit our comic site webnovel.live. Think about it. Even if he does not care about us, aren't we locked up? Everyone thought about it, he was right. They had been here for a few days and experienced how evil the people were here. They remained calm even when killing others. Even those who considered themselves to be evil among the secret practitioners could not do this. Many people felt that they had fallen into a trap. The person looked at everyone's expressions. Then, he continued. Think about it. What good is there if he leaves us here? I believe that you have seen how evil the people here are. If the city guards had not appeared, how many of us would have been able to survive? Furthermore, did you hear what the prison guards said? Although the 9th Heavenly King has locked us up, he has ordered for sufficient meals to be prepared, and that none of us are to be harmed. If the 9th Heavenly King wanted to ensure that we do not steal the treasures in the remains, would he have made such detailed requests? Think about it. The 9th Heavenly King would not have to take precautions against people like you if he wanted to take something. Are you worth his time? These words were harsh, but true. The 9th Heavenly King was a master. Did he need to lock all of them up when raiding the remains? No. The person continued. Everyone knows the answer. He is definitely doing this not to prevent us from stealing things. Even if we obtained anything, after he gets out, he can still take them from us. Furthermore, although the Heavenly Network has a defensive stance against us, they do not commit crimes, right? Everyone was moved. After all, they could not oppose this. The 9th Heavenly King had nothing against them. He was not afraid that they would take the treasures. He even ensured that they were well taken care of. Why did it not seem like he was cheating them? But some people could not accept this. Then why is he doing this? The person calmly replied, to protect us. Are you crazy?
Ha! Ha! Ha!
The 9th Heavenly King, protecting us? Someone laughed out loud. Don't laugh. Let me ask you, can you defeat the people outside? The person explained. Furthermore, they kill without batting an eyelid. Can you ensure that you will be able to survive outside until the remains end? I don't think so. Thus, to us, where is the safest place? The prison. That seems to be the case. The person continued. The remains this time are much more dangerous than we expected. Thus, I suggest that we don't focus on the treasures. It is good enough that we will be able to survive. At this moment, the prison guard laughed. To me, you are like fish meat on a chopping board. Are you here to look for treasures?
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Being able to survive is good enough. You are too weak. Many people are waiting to rob you outside. This dealt a heavy blow to everyone. Someone softly said, "Is the ninth heavenly king really doing this to protect us?" Yes, the ninth heavenly king is protecting us. This was probably the reason why Lu Shu's source of distress points had disappeared. Luckily, Lu Shu was not around. If not, he would have killed the person who stood up for him. A person produced 100 distress points every minute. How many distress points would he be able to earn from several thousand people? Although this would decrease with the passage of time, it was enough for Lu Shu to light up the second, or even the third star. But now, it was over. Lu Shu had never imagined that he would suddenly become a good person who pitied the people. He did not even dream of this. According to Lu Shu's plan, once everyone escaped, they would definitely spread his poor reputation. Then, many people would produce distress points for him. When he thought about this, he laughed. But now, it was different. Not only would they not spread his poor reputation, they might even speak good about him. Once someone said something bad about Lu Shu, they would resist. The ninth heavenly king was a good person who saved their lives. Gradually, there might be no one on earth who would provide Lu Shu with distress points. This event seemed to happen in the prisons located in the various cities. Some things seem like a coincidence, but in the end, history would prove that it was inevitable. For example, no one could determine what other intentions Lu Shu had. Chapter 1205, Reinterrogation of Lu Kongming. The distress points were gone. Lu Shu did not understand what was going on. Chen Zuan was panicking. He did not know what had happened. I was just randomly talking. Lu Shu looked at the sky sadly. Were his plans all doomed for failure? They were going to the next city, as Lu Shu wanted to visit all 7 cities and lock up the overseas practitioners. Now, his plan had been destroyed. Lu Shu did not wish to continue fighting blindly. Once he got out, he would figure out what had happened and who had destroyed his plan. Are we still going to the next city? Uni City, said Chen Zuan carefully. No, no. What for? Lu Shu was impatient. At the same time, Miao Miao walked out of Tonghuan City and went into deep thought. Lu Shu and the rest seemed to be going to the cities in order. Thus, after Tonghuan City should be Uni City, then Luken City. Lu Shu and the rest had left Tonghuan City. Thus, if Miao Miao went to Uni City, he might not be able to catch up. Thus, Miao Miao had another plan. He would go directly to Luken City and wait for Lu Shu. The mysterious young man flashed a confident smile. As expected, he was quick-witted. Miao Miao felt that Lu Shu might be the person he was waiting for. Suddenly, he was excited. Behind him, the city head of Tonghuan City had contacted the clan master and told him what Miao Miao had said. But when the new clan master of the Tonghuan clan heard Bulo City, his expression changed. Where is the person from Bulo City? Beside me, said the city head of Tonghuan City. But when he turned around, Miao Miao had disappeared. The new clan master of the Tonghuan clan muttered through the messenger mirror, Bulo City has reappeared. What is going to happen? Why do you say that we cannot provoke the newcomers this time? When the city head heard this, he was dumbfounded. The former city head and clan master are dead. We cannot provoke them. Visit our comic site webnovel.live. The new clan master was dumbfounded. What a painful truth. However, Miao Miao, who had been waiting at Luken City, had been waiting for 2 days. His expression darkened. Where was Lu Shu? Why did this not go according to plan? Miao Miao could not take it and went back to Uni City, only to find out that Lu Shu had not even gone to Uni City. Lu Shu, Coral, and Chen Zuan seemed to have disappeared. I'll just wait at Bulos City. He will eventually come. Meow Meow sighed. At that moment, Lu Shu, Coral, and Chen Zuan were in the wilderness. Coral and Chen Zuan looked at Lu Shu as he suddenly took out a broken skeleton. Chen Zuan could not help but ask, "Brother Shu, whose skeleton is that? Why is it in such a tragic state?" The two arms had been bitten off by chaos. The spine was broken beyond repair. To be honest, Lu Shu was slightly shocked. He did not expect Chaos to be so interested in playing with skeletons. When the skeleton was released, Lu Kongming started to shout. "I already said that I've told you everything I know. Please, don't send me back there." Lu Kongming was most grateful that Lu Shu had thought about him before he had been played around with. Furthermore, Lu Kongming also finally understood that the most frightening thing in the world was a husky dragon like Chaos. It did not plan on asking you anything. It did not plan on taking anything from him. It played with you simply because it wanted to play with you. When facing an enemy like this, it was useless saying anything. The more you talked, the more it felt that you were fun to play with. It was useless to beg for mercy. This was probably the same as parents telling their children not to fight with someone who was deaf and mute. Lu Shu had seen this happen in the orphanage. Some children had been thrown to the orphanage because they were deaf and mute. The children who fought with them were the worst to deal with. Typically, when you fought with normal children, you could admit defeat if you could not defeat them. But if you fought with someone who was deaf and mute, they would not be able to hear you, even if you admitted defeat. There were times when Lu Shu felt that this world was ruthless. Some parents abandoned their children as they were afraid that they would be tired out by their disabled children. But they had never thought that it was a fair life. If they were not prepared to guard their children, then they should not have had them in the first place. Li Yixiao was good at this. Typically, Li Yixiao blended in, but he was very serious when facing major situations. Lu Shu was happy. Earlier, you said that you have never heard of the Lord of Heaven. Let me ask you. Who is the West Lord of Heaven? Duanmu Huangqi. The West Lord of Heaven is called Duanmu Huangqi, said Lu Kongming. Lu Shu should have realized early on that there was a problem. When he had taken the body of the helicopter pilot, he had revealed that he had the strength of a rank 2. Back then, Lu Shu felt that he was not simple, but did not think much about it. After all, he was only a rank 2. But he thought about it. Someone who had been reduced to a skeleton was able to display the strength of a rank 2 after taking someone else's body. This meant that he was extremely powerful in his previous life. Who were you in your previous life? Lu Shu asked curiously. I suggest that you think about it before you answer. You should have seen that I am very familiar with the Luniverse. Be honest. We might be able to work together. If you say something wrong, you might not have the chance to speak again in the future. Could you help me find a body? My soul is about to disappear, said Lu Kongming. Sure. Once you reply to my question, I will help you find one. Who in the world are you? Lu Shu asked. I am a patron of North Lord of Heaven, Wen Zaifu, said Lu Kongming. Lu Shu was dumbfounded. What proof do you have? I received orders to cut the memorial that belonged to Lord of Heaven Yu Fuyao, said Lu Kongming. This was also why I was thrown here by God Lu. I was once the clan master of the God Lu Are You Healthy clan. Later on, I was chased into the Forbidden Land by a mysterious young man from Bulos City. It seemed like Lu Shu could obtain proof for all of these. But he did not expect to see the expert at currying favor in front of him. It felt like something was wrong, but this seemed to suit his personality. He bullied the weak and feared the strong. He had cut Yu Fuyao's memorial, was the first clan master of the clan that curried favor, and was killed by an expert from Bulos City. Lu Shu knew all these, but these could not prove that Lu Kongming had worked for Wen Zaifu. Lu Shu furrowed his eyebrows. Why did Wen Zaifu want to cut the memorial? He suspected that something was wrong with Yu Fuyao. He thought that she was plotting something that would harm God Lu, said Lu Kongming. But why did that mysterious young man chase you? Lu Shu asked curiously. You probably can't explain this.
What does it mean to be happy? 'Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty, then we just put 'em on the shelf. Try to look to the heavens.